Welcome back to the arena, ladies and gentlemen. How are you all doing? Welcome to the ICU arena. You know me. My name is Graham Day. This is Michael Meehan, if the chairman's around. If he's not, he's the guy that we call Baby. And welcome back to the ICU arena. And we know we haven't been here for a little over a week, but that's understandable. It's International Week. The players need some time off, right? Fine. That's fine. Mm-hmm. Not the greatest international week if you're an England fan, but we will leave that at the door because that's all irrelevant. The only football we focus on here at the ICU arena is the trials and tribulations. And there hasn't been too many tribulations, if I'm going to be honest, in our short time in charge here of Ice Cream Uploads Football Club. We are your co-management team, and we are stood outside the newest addition to the ICU arena. Welcome in. If you're in the chat, please feel free to say hello. You guys, obviously, if you're new here, are our backroom staff. We are the managers. We are the co-management team. But every decision we deliver, every decision we make, every new signing, every new transfer in or out of the club, all of that is run by you guys. If you wanted to sign a particular player we've not even looked at, you guys can suggest that because you are our backroom staff. So make sure you get involved and don't be a stranger. Anyway, if you didn't see it, we took a little bit of a sneak peek inside these doors the last time we were here, just over a week ago. Should we head back inside? Do you want to jump into the Champions League?
We should.
Yes, nice. Let's go in. So grab yourselves seats. Sadly, me and Bib can't be in here in person. Can't wait for the day that I can just stroll onto that table there, just behind, grab one of those nice cold cans of Muscle Moose juice, pull up a seat, feet up, and then just chill out at the big screens on the wall. You can see the GT Mega screen just over that way there. And obviously, one thing to not go unnoticed is look at that next to the TV. See that? That's the Premiership trophy. That's the Premier League trophy with a number 2 written on it because that's how many titles we have. I said titles. That's how many Premier League titles we have. We actually won the Championship for the first time in basketball. I don't know if you saw that or anything, but kind of a big deal. But yeah. But this is the Champions Lounge. After winning back-to-back Premier League trophies, we decided to create an area of the arena to celebrate exactly that. A place where we can just come in, chill out, sit down, and just think about the kind of things that we've done here at the Ice Cream Arena. And this is the culmination of that. Shout out to the designers and decorators. Mr. Craig Pitt from the backroom staff fully designed the room, and the guys that have built it have put it together pretty nice. So yeah, nice. Also shout outs to Hair Crocodile. Welcome back. He wants us to play PUBG, but sorry, we've got a managerial job that needs to be done. I apologise, but business first. Lake, he's here. Hello and hello-ish. Congratulations on the Cruyff, by the way. Just dropped into your stream. Nice. Great Dutch says sup. Hey, welcome back. How's things? Anyway, enough of the Champions Lounge. This is a room where you celebrate victories. This is a room where you reflect on the kind of monumental achievements that me and Bib have had over the time that we've had at Ice Cream Uploads. But that time isn't now. Now is the time to get set to prep for future achievements. We have 3 games of football for you today. So let's jump back up to the managerial suite where we usually sit, where we usually go through our day-to-day tasks as managers of Ice Cream Uploads FC. So we can look at what is on the cards for today's episode. Hey. So, Bib, 3 games today.
What 3 huge games. So we are going to be at home to Bournemouth, a game which, in the current form that we're in, is an absolute must-win. There is no way that we can pretend that there is no way that we can lose this. We need to try and get some momentum back. So this home tie against Bournemouth is something that we need to try and go in all guns blazing. Then we have a visit from AC Milan at home in the Champions League. We are actually doing a lot better in the Champions League than in the actual league. So hopefully we'll be able to take up another 3 points there, and then one step closer to potentially gaining automatic promotion into the knockout stages of the Champions League. Then we finish off the stream with a visit to Stamford Bridge as we take on the mighty Chelsea FC.
Quite a big period. So for those of you that aren't aware, obviously we'll be talking about a little bit of a testing time for us. You can see there, the bottom left of the screen, Arsenal 3, Ice Cream Uploads 1. this is a team that we haven't lost against. Not saying they're a bad team, but Arsenal just haven't performed against us. But they absolutely played us off the park the last time we played. 3-1. They smashed us at their gaff. So obviously we kind of need to come back to our gaff and shore things up. So a game against Bournemouth is exactly the kind of game that you want. Obviously, playing against anyone is a bit difficult for us right now. Going to AC Milan, playing against AC Milan in the Champions League gives us a chance to take things to the next level. But then obviously we wrapped it back up with another game in London as we have Chelsea as the final game of today's stream. So Bournemouth, Milan, Chelsea is the back-to-back fixtures. But it's all right. We've got a full-strength team with no one missing, isn't that right, babe?
Well, your spidey senses must be way off today, Graham, as Alphonso Davies has come through with some kind of muscle injury. So he's expected back in a week's time. But that means that Mykolenko is potentially getting his first start in the Premier League this season.
Okay, in that case then, do you know what? We're going to nip down to the changing room. Give Mykolenko the news then. He doesn't know that he's in the starting lineup yet. So let's drop down there. Ooh, dang. Now then, boys, welcome in. Grab yourself some seats and stuff. Obviously, fridges are stocked full of moose juice. Help yourselves. We've even got some of those brand new peanut butter flapjacks. Ooh, chef's kiss. Lovely. Anyway, the news, obviously, he's not here in the changing room with us today, so it kind of is a little bit obvious, but Alphonso has had a little bit of a niggle. He's not going to be in the team today. That does mean that Mykolenko, you do get the pleasure of starting a game on the left side of defence for us. So we expect you to perform at the level that we expect. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, nice. Obviously, This is a big chance for you to prove yourself. You came in as second choice left back, just as Ruskin was supposed to be. Obviously, he negotiated his own way out of the team in the summer. You came in and replaced it, and you've been good for us since you came in. So, yeah, hopefully you can use the chance that you've got right now. What's the rest of the team looking like, babe?
So it's kind of as normal. So we've got Zefwik, Sarr, Nani across the back four to help out Mykolenko. Phil Foden playing centre midfield. McNeil on the left-hand side with Jonathan David just sat in front of Foden with Kubo on the right. Chalov and Castolo finish off the centre forward pieces. Now I've made some small changes to the bench. Matondo isn't up for it today, so we've brought in Billy Gilmore. He hasn't played in the league for us yet, but we've got a centre midfielder, a defensive midfielder, and obviously Mason Mount to come in an attacking midfielder. That him and David will potentially just keep on flicking between. We need to make sure that Mason Mount doesn't get injured because he has got a tendency to get injured if he plays more than 80 minutes on a football pitch. Just so to try and keep him rotating with David is probably our best option going forward, just to try and keep some consistency and obviously team spirit throughout the season. Erling Haaland, obviously a super sub, but he can come in between him and Chalov. The only problem we've got is Isak. He's been outstanding for us probably the last 12 months. Mm-hmm. He hasn't finding his way into the matchday squad. Is there a possibility at some point we can bring him in, or do we just leave it as it is at the moment?
I mean, my initial question, so for those of you that haven't seen how the season started, we have won the Charity Shield, we've won the ICC, the International Champions Cup, already, and the idea of those tournaments were to bed in the new blood. So you can see Castolo and Chalov starting. Chalov hardly got a look in that tournament, and neither did Erling Haaland. The team in our minds for the future is Haaland and Chalov. That's our strike force. That's who we're going to build with. But Castolo is Castolo, and Isak was ridiculous. He had like two hat-tricks or something in like 3 games or something like that. It was ridiculous. So yeah, that's the thing. I mean, obviously he's not at the caliber of the players that we have in the team, but he has been performing ridiculously well this season so far. So it's a case of do we lean towards the form that we have now, or do we try to build towards the future? And that's the difficult thing. And the other thing to obviously consider is obviously Ghana, defensive midfielder, just another youth player that we've brought in. Wasn't having the time of his life at United, so we've picked him up. Just meant to be another player to pack out the squad. He's scored 2 goals himself, so he's scored more goals than some of our strikers have from defensive midfield. So we have options. I mean, with that in mind, I don't see Ghana as being a starting player or a regular player in the team. So I don't mind Ghana not being in the team. I'd probably kind of lean towards that. I mean, Isak has been scoring, but is he just punching? Is that going to come crashing down to earth? And if we keep sticking with him, is that going to be at the expense of Chalov and Haaland? I think you're probably right to set us up in the way that you have there, keeping Isak out of the team. It's a bit of a controversial call, especially as he's the top scorer, but he's not our first choice, and I think we kind of need to normalise things. Good. Yeah, exactly. Okay.
All right.
Well, we will get set and get out of this changing room. Obviously, the players have headed out to the pitch. As you can see just behind me, that is the doorway to the pitch side. I just want to shout as well, break the fourth wall, that this is a fairly new scene that Craig has created for us. So GG Craig. But obviously, it's a real football club, so I don't know what I'm on about when I'm talking about scenes, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. Nice. Oh, no, charging my pad. Not that it's a pad because it's a real football team, but you get what I'm saying. So yeah, we are going to head out to the pitch. Ice Cream Uploads against Bournemouth. We are at home. This is the first game of the stream, and we are on the back of a heavy defeat at the hands of Arsenal. So we need a result in this game. If you guys, obviously, use your voices. You're a backroom staff. Let the players know that you're there. Let us know that you're there. Feel free to chip in with any comments, any concerns, any bits of constructive criticism, maybe. Just don't be a bit of a dick because, you don't need that or whatever. But feel free to give us the support that we need. As I just drop in the audio down a touch. There we go. Okay, let's join the players as they're heading out onto the pitch right now. Cruyff, says Lake, never had him. So nice. Do you know what? Cruyff is someone that's hit and miss for me. I can use him one day and then I can't the next. So hopefully he absolutely smashes it for you. Oh, we just lost audio.
Can you hear the game? Oh, there we go.
I could hear the game, but I can't anymore.
It's just come on in my ear.
It's completely gone off for me.
Has it?
Mm-hmm. I had it until about a second before you said, can you hear the game?
I can look at that in a second. Because I couldn't hear it. So I just turned it all full blast and then the sound came on.
Sky Sports broadcasters clearly had an issue. They just lost the audio to today's match. We will get it back, hopefully. Dominic Solanke leads the line for Bournemouth then. Aki at right back. Holding, playing central midfielder. Central defender. This is the holding just completely tipped me off then. I'm thinking holding midfielder.
Yeah.
I'll jump into a pre-match press conference though, while we try to get Sky to sort out their audio stuff. That camera, again, honestly, doesn't need to be that bright. But yeah, first game, Ice Cream Uploads against Bournemouth. I don't really know what to say. I think we need to kind of be wary of what kind of threats. Teams like Bournemouth are teams that that trouble us. Teams that you don't expect to be majorly offensive, or teams that you expect to be a little bit more defensive. They're the teams that we've struggled with. So I'd kind of expect the same again from Bournemouth, and we can hear the audio has come back in from the Sky Sports studio, so that's nice. I'm hearing in my ear that the teams that are pretty much out there. So yeah, in summary, we just lost to Arsenal. We need to steady the ship. Playing against a team like Bournemouth is probably a good way to go, but we have had difficulties playing against teams of this size before, so let's see how it gets on. Anyway, let's get out onto the pitch. Oh yeah, we need to plug in again. Hey. I know I am, I'm sure I am. I'm ice cream till I die. Ice cream till I die. So it's been a week since these players have played together. Will there be any sort of rust showing on the players as Castolo? No rust on him then.
Little livener.
McNeil with a bit of weight on the ball. Finds an ice cream shirt in the box. It's going to be a throw in for ice cream.
Stolo taking it. Taking every single set piece like Joey Barton for City.
Oh, what a ball.
2006.
Edge of box.
Gonna move out of the way.
Castulo! Not Castulo. Hey!
Hey.
I said Castulo rather than Kubo. Not the prettiest goal, but it counts.
Perfect start.
Settle some of those nerves. Horrendous goal to concede, but we'll take it. Kubo takes the time to take the touch, and the keeper should have been doing better there. Just places it on McNeil's feet.
Yeah, the initial shot was right at him as well.
I think
he couldn't have been any. It's such an easy save.
Yeah, maybe he's expecting a bit of swaz, or maybe like a touch on the way through. Keeper should have been doing better then. Great Dutch says goal, and Crocodile says get out. Get out? What, with the Castubo? I don't know what you mean. I'd say get in. Any goal's a goal. We take it. We take it. Oh, lovely. McNeil earning his place in the team today, and Sarr, one of the most consistent defenders in the team. Ooh.
Doesn't move out your way.
I know. So David really wanted to be involved in the play there. Oh, lovely. Into feet. Oh, lovely. Oh, horrible first touch.
Oh.
Good interplay there. Playing the right move. 1-2. Oh.
Oh. It's all ice cream at this moment.
Nice. Oh. Air shot it.
Like a rusty gate.
I just thought, do you know what? I'm not even going to shot feint here. I'm just going to drill a low cross. Just missed. Swing and a miss. Oh!
Oh, little tough. That's poor defending that.
Absolutely abysmal.
He just looked at it. Chalov. Is that his first Premier League goal?
I think it might be. Rob Holding, what are you
Defender
doing?
just didn't react. Steel Bonsai says, is this the new PES? No, it's not. It's last year's mate, but we've got it modded to the tits.
So we will at some point.
Plain English. Yeah.
Sorry, interrupting. Maybe saying the same thing. We'll at some point maybe jump to PES 2021, but we're playing PES 2020 because we have a number of mods, so stadium mods, tattoo mods, player faces, scoreboards, video intros, and all sorts of stuff in this game that isn't on 2021, or not fully yet anyway. Oh, nice. Castolo! It's almost
3-0 up in 18 minutes.
It's almost... Yeah, I almost don't want to celebrate now because this is too easy. I mean, Grape even says that in the chat, too easy. We just got smashed by Arsenal 3-1 in the last game, but we're 3-0 up in 18 minutes here. This is an absolute shit show of a performance by Bournemouth, but we'll take it, we'll take it. We need the points. We've played 4, won 2, lost 2. Our start to the league hasn't been great, so we'll take this kind of performance. We need it. So yeah, we'll have it. Bournemouth's defence has just been atrocious. They've not been too bad in terms of going forward. They've definitely, I mean, that was a bit hit and hope, but they've been trying. The defence has just been absent. David gets to use his pace. Lovely. Phil Foden now. Oh, lovely. Oh! Fyodor Chalov trying to find one just inside the same post that he's just plonked one away. First touch for the first goal, second touch for the second attempt. Maybe he should have just taken it first time again. If anything, you think that's easier than the first one. Yeah. Nice, makes one try PES again. Same wavelength.
Playing PES on PC is the premium way of playing it, and that's not just PC Master Race. It's purely for the modding aspect. Being able to import stadiums and kits, faces, all that stuff that you can't do on the PlayStation.
I mean, if you are going to play console, whoop, that's not the pass I was going for, but it paid off, so it's fine. Outside. Oh, what? I said outside, so it played it inside him. Oh, a bit heavy.
Oh.
I wanted a bit more lob on that. I wanted a lob on. Ooh, he said lob on. Lads. Shall we sing a song for you? As if I'm trying to freaking select McNeil. He's given me Mikolenko, made me run up from left back.
Oh, won the first ball. Shite second.
Oh, lovely.
There we go.
Oh, Chaloff, you needed to be awake to that a little bit quicker. David's just done wonderful. Oh, just another hit and hope ball. Get first touch. Nice. Lovely. What's David stopped his run for? Not the greatest game from David so far. I mean, he's not played bad whilst he's been in the team, despite the papers saying he's having an absolute mare, but this is his first patchy performance. Oh, lovely. Oh, almost.
Oh.
Absolute punt. Foden's like, have it.
Yeah.
Costello was tracking back way too deep, though. He should have been aware of where Foden was. Early cross. McNeil can do it. He can deliver it. Oh, just not quite. Ah, heavy touch again. Under no pressure. And that ball just went about 50 metres away from him. Yoink. Mikolenko. There we go. That's what you want to see from the replacement left back. Matthias Nani.
Oh, God.
Inviting some pressure on the defence. Malang Sarr adding to it.
There we go.
There we
Good
go.
Half. Fantastic half. The international break's done well.
Players needed a bit of time to get their heads back in the game. Obviously, when you're only winning 50% of your games, 2 games won, 2 games lost. So 2 out of 4, not the greatest start. 2 out of 3 ain't bad, as Meatloaf once said. 2 out of 4 ain't good. But at least 3 out of 5 is a little better. So, I mean, you have to feel we can't be losing this right now. I mean, anything can happen. It's football, game of 2 halves and all of that cliche stuff. But Bournemouth have just had nothing so far.
Well, not even one attempt yet. Putting some passes together. But we're just putting even better passes together. Oh, wow, it's wonderful football.
My God, that is majestic. Some absolutely lovely passing play. Look at this. Oh,
in that bottom corner.
That is Costello through and through. Good first touch from Chaloff. Gets it out of his feet. Just places it. There we go. There we go. 97 years old and still scores screamers. I'd leave now, Bournemouth. I mean, if they score 3 goals, I'll get 5 players sent off. They'll lose by a lesser scoreline than they're losing at the moment. I mean, this has kind of been the story of our season, really. We've lost 2 games in the league that were kind of scrappy and not the best performances, but we've also had like some big scoring performances already in the preseason and early season. So it's either all or nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, Cameron, thank you very much for the host, dude. Welcome in.
Cheers, pal.
Oh, Costello, first touch was horrendous. I was supposed to play that first time, but...
Oh, robbed. Oh, no.
Did I have the ball then?
Oh, one back.
When you said robbed, because I thought I wasn't in possession. I was just trying to change the lights.
Yeah.
Oh!
Oh, Costello hat-trick.
I mean, that hold-up
easy
play
for
from
him.
Chaloff, though, was incredible. The way he managed to just get the ball, hold off the defender. Yeah, holding. You should be bowing your head. That was just horrendous. 5-0. Like, there's no way he should recover from there. Just like player on him, just easy. Oh, Castolo says keeper. I don't know if you saw that corner, but I'm going to put it there again.
Well, the keeper's had absolutely no chance with any of these. The defender has been so shit in front of him that he's literally got. It feels like it's one-on-one every single goal. Every single one of them's in the corner.
If you are new here, if this is your first game, if you are watching from the Paquila Quent, that is right, you say it right. If you're watching from Cameron's host, then not every game is like this. We just got smashed by Arsenal 3-1 and we're now 5-0 up. I mean, the difference is we're at home against Bournemouth, whereas we were away against Arsenal. But, yeah, this has just been a walk in the park. So we'll take this. At this pace, you guys will win 87-0. We'll take that.
Yeah. Well, I think we're currently 9th in the table.
Big guns coming on,
made
though.
3 substitutions there. Haaland's come on for Castolo, the hat-trick hero. Billy Gilmore's come on for Phil Foden. And Mason Mount's come on for David. So we don't get an injury.
I mean, it's kind of like good, better, and best in terms of players going off. The best being Castolo. The better, so as in the second option being Foden. And the good, but not particularly amazing option was David. He's not had the greatest game. So David, he's been good. Foden's been better. Castolo's the best. Those 3 off. See if their replacements can do anything with the time that they have left. It could have an adverse effect of just suffocating the gameplay, but we're 5-0 up, so it's not the end of the world for us. Matthias Nani missed then. I didn't expect him to miss that. What the hell? I was trying to play it back to Kubo. Oh, he managed to get it through. Yes!
That was the bobbliest goal I think I've ever seen in my life.
I'm not even sure if my pass actually came or whether it dinked off someone because I played it. Outside foot pass there from Mount. No, it didn't actually play his pass. It was them. Billing onto... is it Mepham? Is that his name? Oh, horrendous. Look at him. He's pissed. Guargis with a name like that, I would be pissed.
Yeah.
On comes King, who has scored against Ice Cream Uploads in the past. Interesting that they played without him in the team, though. As a nice win there. Is that Gilmore? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, a bit of a heavy touch from Kubo. Trying to collect it in his stride. I mean, do want to point out the difference, though, in terms of Mason Mount versus Jonathan David obviously didn't have much success in the first half. Mason Mount's outside-footed pass, it was a huge part in the build-up to the goal, so... Oh,
I see it right in the box.
Matthias Nani's like rubbing his head like, what the hell just happened there? Oh, some nice footwork there. I mean, Mikolenko has been decent in the first half, stepping off in the second half there.
I don't think Nani's seen anything of that until he cracked him in the face.
I don't think he's seen anything but stars right now. Why do you want to go and put stars in their eyes or big reactions keeps? Oh, see what you're going for, Chaloff. Just a bit... asking a bit too much. Oh my god. Did you try to pass to Kubo earlier? And it pushed it out wide? Because I tried to pass into Kubo then.
Oh.
Ah!
Oh.
Ake.
Okay.
Interesting.
I'm saying his name, yeah.
Yeah. Just like holding the ball. Just didn't know what he was trying to do with it from the looks of things. Chaloff is absolutely knackered. Woo!
Ah! Can't tell that's not his dominant foot.
Harloff shooting like he's knackered. Harloff? Harling. Haaland. There we go. It's like men playing against children. Yeah, spot on. Not being funny, but even this 2019 looks like it plays better than the last 2 FIFA games. Oh, this... Yeah. It plays really... I mean, we do have a gameplay patch on it. That's what you can do with PC as well. So it's changed to make sure we get like a few more fouls and a few more ref calls. And the opposition teams are a bit more aggressive. Not that you're seeing it from this Bournemouth team. It probably does have some negatives within it as well. So it's just kind of something that you have to take with a pinch. But yeah, it is really good. If you're playing on PC, the extra stuff, being able to customise your own kits and everything does definitely add to it. As Mikalenko's trying to use the runners around him. He sees McNeil in the middle, and he plays a completely different pass than the one he wanted. But there's McNeil! Got there eventually. Oh. Stop! They're already dead! Shall we sing a song for you? I can see me buying PES 2020 now. I'm a console person. I mean, PlayStation is definitely a good way to go. I mean, if you've got an Xbox, okay, you can't do anywhere near that customizing. You can do a lot of customizing on PlayStation, but Xbox doesn't allow the use of external media within the game. So on PlayStation, you can do all of the kits and things. You can't do that in Xbox. So the order of like customizability is PC, then PlayStation, then Xbox. Yoink! Oh, good lad, Kubo. Hey.
7-0.
Some big performances there. Castolo with a hat-trick. Chaloff with a brace. McNeil with a brace. Mikalenko playing pretty well as well. Not even a goal conceded. Bournemouth, thank you very much for an easy 3 points. Bib, thoughts in the post-match interview?
Yeah, it's an outstanding performance. We said that we needed to hit the ground running in this one, and that's exactly what we did. The international break has clearly done wonders for this squad. I was saying before the Discord ended up going out, Mikalenko making Ashley Cole... Jesus Christ. Yeah, Ashley Cole runs from left-back there, managing to play into space after running the entire length of the field. It was like a flashback to 2002, 2003 with the kind of runs that he was making there. It's something that we don't necessarily see from Alphonso Davies every single week. He's fast. I don't get me wrong, Alphonso Davies is very, very, very fast. But he doesn't seem to make overlapping runs, which is obviously something that Mikalenko was doing then. That's something that we may need to look at going forward. But, I mean, fantastic game of football there from the lads. So I can't really say anything wrong with that performance.
I mean, you can see it on the score sheet. The impact that Mikalenko has had on that left flank. Alphonso Davies cuts inside and has a few shots. He scores a few goals from left back. Not many, but he scores. He's not averse to having a shot. But him cutting inside means that McNeil has a bit more work to do on the wing. Mikalenko filling that space has let McNeil come inside, and he's found the score sheet twice. I don't think he's scored a brace in his career, never mind for us at Ice Cream Uploads. So yeah, that's what Mikalenko does bring in. He frees up the players that play on the flanks ahead of him, so that's nice to see. Yeah, big performance all round. Nice to see Chaloff getting a brace as well, and Castolo just doing Castolo things. Hat-trick, yeah, outside of the box, 40-yard pinger on the end of some excellent build-up play. Well, 30-yard pinger, 25 maybe. Yeah, you can't complain with the result. 7-0 will take, absolutely. I'd have taken 1-0, but 7-0. Seventh heaven, there we go. Anyway, speaking about seventh heaven, do you want to take us through the results from around the grounds, Bib?
Yes, so the score, the match that you're seeing live on Sky Sports here, 7-0 win for Ice Cream Uploads against Bournemouth. Arsenal go to Brighton and win 1-0. Liverpool at home get beat by Southampton 1-0. Aston Villa at home get beat again 1-0 by Chelsea. United go to Wolves and win 4-0. City go to Spurs and win 1-0. West Ham win 4-0 at home to Stoke. Watford draw 2-2 away at Newcastle United. Leicester win 4-1 at home to Nottingham Forest. And Everton win 3-0 at home against Crystal Palace.
Just in Steel Bonsai's comment, hello darkness, my old friend. Yeah, it's still good. The gameplay is still decent, but you lose a lot of the immersion, and you can't make your own kits as well. So you can see the players wearing the ICU jersey. We naturally have those jerseys in real life as well, so you you can put your own kits in there, which is nice. But just to confirm things after that update from the scores there, United sitting top of the table, 1 loss. I mean, that kind of shows how we have to take things with a pinch. That 7-0 rout has now put us from being obscurity with a 2-goal difference to 9-goal difference. We now top the table on goal difference, and we're only one result behind the top of the table. So it shows you 5 games in, it's kind of it's a little bit irrelevant right now. But like I say, winning 3 out of 5 is a much better place than winning 2 out of 5. And the 7-goal difference swinger in it has kind of put us up there with the top of the table. So that's nice. It's nice. So hopefully that gives us the impetus to push on, close the gap on the teams above us. United, Liverpool, City and Leicester all up there, which is kind of what we'd expect. Watford, the surprise package there. I mean, they did have a fairly consistent season last season. Definitely not at those sort of levels. You expect Chelsea's and Spurs, who are down in 10th and 11th, to start closing that gap on them. Once again, same as us, it's just a bit of goal difference that is the separate down there. So a few more weeks of things to normalise, and that will all look very different. Hopefully, it looks a bit more different with Ice Cream Applause sitting further up the table. But it's a Champions League night, so obviously you can join us here back in the managerial suite. Obviously, look at the windows out the back. You can see it's dark, and that's because it's a Champions League Tuesday. Or Wednesday, didn't specify, but it's a Champions League evening game, obviously. No. So, a bit of a reminder, refresher, who we're playing against, Bib?
We're playing against AC Milan in the Champions League. Now I'm just going to find out where we actually are in the Champions League table. That'll help, won't it?
It would be nice and helpful. So we are in the Champions League after finishing top of the table last time. We didn't win the Champions League last season. We were hoping to. We were 3-0 up, I think it was, or was it 2-0? 2-0 up after beating City at the Etihad. 2-0, came back to our place and we lost 3-0. Horrendous. Yeah. Went out of the Champions League. So, yeah, we're not defending champions, but hopefully that's something we can bring next season. So let's give you a little bit of a look at the table. How do things stand, Bib?
We're currently sitting at the top of the table. We did play Young Boys in the first game of this group stage and ended up winning 4-2. Porto obviously ended up beating Milan 1-0. So it's still all to play for. This is a huge match.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that Porto have beaten Milan will put a little bit more impetus on Milan to come out and attack in this. They are at our place, so obviously away goals will be quite nice for them. It's nice, actually, we're not in the knockout stages, but goal difference. So, yeah, I mean, they will come out and they will attack. They have the need to get points on the board. We're obviously going to attack ourselves, but yeah, we'll see how things stack up. Let's have a look at the formations that they're playing and us. I mean, it's not really a Milan sort of formation that sticks out to me.
No, it's not.
Flat 4-4-2. Doesn't seem very inventive. But that said, I mean, look at their bench and their reserves. They are absolutely starved of midfielders there. So they've got 4 midfielders on the pitch at the moment, the likes of Lucas Paqueta and Kessie and is it Benassa and Corona? I'll take Corona, please. But I mean, they've got absolutely no issues stacking out the defence, but their midfield, they are starved. One player with the potential of coming on.
Have they signed Wesley Morgan?
Looks like it.
Piatek on the bench there. I don't know why he's not starting, but hey ho.
I mean, Rebic, you kind of feel has to be in form or something, maybe. I mean, Rafael Leao or whatever he's called, who's starting ahead of him as well. Maybe they're both nailing it, but yeah, this is an absolute fall from grace from Milan. I mean, one player above 80, one player of 80 on the bench in terms of Rodriguez left back. This should be 3 points. This should be 3 points.
Yeah, you'd like to think so, or you'd hope so.
That is a conversation that we can discuss in our pre-match press conference. We do have, because we're in the Champions League, and we know we're going to be in the Champions League this season, hopefully we're going to be in the Champions League next season, we do have a brand new area of the arena made up. Not a song and dance like we had with the GTA Mega Champions Lounge. This is just a special conference suite that's been set up for our pre-match press conference for the Champions League. So let's nip down there now. Hey, welcome in. Welcome into the pre-match press conferences. Obviously, my name's Graham. This is Bib. Oh, no, this is Bib, should I say. Obviously, Bib can't be here. COVID and that. Don't ask questions why, just accept it. It's fine. So, yeah, big game against Milan at the ICU Arena. Milan aren't the team they once were. We all remember massive European nights with AC Milan. The likes of the Seedorfs, the Kakas, the Gattusos, the Shevchenkos, and all of the biggest names in the world playing all under one badge. It's definitely not the case this time. This Milan team has just been poorly managed, and hopefully it's something that we can capitalise on and take another 3 points. 7-0 victory coming into this game is exactly the kind of the boost that our players need. What are your thoughts, babe? Do you think you can see them coming out at us? Are they going to pose us any threats in particular?
Well, if it's I don't know if we're coming into this game as an underdog. I know we haven't had the European pedigree that obviously Milan have, but on paper, I think our team probably takes the 3 points in this. The one thing that I will be cautious about though is the fact that when we do play against teams that they're the underdog, we tend to come undone. So that's something that we'd look to try and avoid with this one.
Yeah, I wonder if that's something based in the roots of our team. We are we call ourselves a championship team that is playing in the Premiership, because we started off in the Championship. We've grown, and we've been in the Premiership for 3 seasons now, but we're still not necessarily, in that sense, a mainstay of the Premiership. So maybe we're used to being the underdog, that we're not comfortable being the overdog. is that what you call it?
Yeah, the top dog.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe that's something we need to get used to. But anyway, we'll see how it all unfolds. The players that are out on the pitch, I'm told. So no more questions, please. Thank you very much for the all being here for the press conference. Grab yourself a nice cold can of moose juice on the way out, and we'll see you on the pitch. Oh, I'm back in. Yeah. Phil Foden just taking a little bit of time to hold the ball there, not because there was any issues with controllers, just because he wanted the time on the ball. That's all it was.
He just wanted to compose himself, didn't he?
Just wanted to see if they were going to put any pressure on him. And he plays a pass like that. He can have all the time in the world if he's going to deliver those passes. Whew. J. David starts another game ahead of Mason Mount. A bit more sprightly in this one than he was in the last one. Already a little bit more influential in this game inside 2 minutes than he did in the whole of the 60-odd minutes that he played in the last game. Like to see a bit more of that from him. Good ball in from McNeil. Challenged. Oh, lovely.
Been held off.
Oh!
Oh! How did he find that pass?
Good ball. Good vision. Solo just needed to be just a foot taller and he'd have had his head on that. Haaland might have been in there. Oh, come on, Phil. Oof.
Oh, shit.
It's fine, ref.
Booted his shin pad off.
Foden just trying to interrupt. Still manages to find the through. And ooh!
Oh!
I mean, almost give the ball back to his ears. David gets a touch on it there. All he does is manage to take the pace off it. Kessie finds Rebic. And nearly finds the back of the net. He had the keeper beaten. I mean, fortunately for us, he had the post beaten as well. We'll take that. Zefwick now wearing number 2. Obviously, started last season in the number 21 shirt. Did get a first team squad number this season. And almost provided the starting point of a successful attack. Just wasn't meant to be. Steve Bonza says, talking of moose juice, I had my last can of it last night and it was the apple flavoured one. And it gets a thumbs up from me.
Yeah.
Nice.
Best one, that.
Yeah, same. I agree. I'm not usually an apple person as well either. So it has to be good for me to appreciate the appliness. Big tackle. Oh, not. Oh.
Not enough, though. Oh, ref.
Yeah, go on. Yeah, give him one of them. Give him one of them. Rebic. Not happy. Leaving one on Nani. Ref gives him the benefit of the doubt. First foul of the game for him. He'll remember that, though. Well, he better do. playing it to Sarr. Not a good ball from Kubo there. Bit of a miscommunication. Sarr naturally tracking back as you'd expect from his defender. Kubo expected him to be tracking forward.
Well played. Well defended.
Matthias Nani's... Oh, never mind.
What?
I was just about to say Matthias Nani's having a game and a half here. As soon as his manager about to give him a compliment, he's like, "Don't do it!" Oh, I thought you had that then. This is something we need to be worried about. Teams that we expect to be trashing, playing those long ball sort of tactics. I mean, we've been caught out with a few of those in the past. Chaloff with another dink. And David!
Oh! I thought it just guided it into the top corner then.
It looked it. Chaloff's loving those little dink passes. Dink. Smash! Oh. That's got to have been
It
close.
might have just gone under the crossbar if it was on target.
Matthias Nani's back in the mix once again. I mean, this is the downside of Nani, though, is he does push out a lot. He was playing more as a defensive midfielder there. But we still have a chance to counter here on the wing. And just another misplaced pass. That's 2. Ice Cream Upload trying to spread to McNeil twice now.
He must be getting frustrated on that left-hand side.
Yeah, I mean, he's so lethal.
Making all the right runs.
Exactly, so lethal in the last game and just not having the opportunity to do anything this game. Both Nani and David selling him short, or too long as the case actually was. Castolo, lo, 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 lo. Castolo, lo, 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 lo.
It's a big win.
Oh, lovely. Oh.
It's turned around.
It's just planted his feet, and as he's planted his foot, the ball's been played, and it's just gone over his shoulder. He's had to just watch it. Heartbreaking. You know, you can see it. You know it's right there. You know you can pick it up, but you just can't do anything about it. If in doubt, oof it out.
Well out.
Can't fucking get hold of anyone. Big win, Phil. Nice control with the face there, McNeil. McNeil getting a bit more time on the ball now.
Oh, that's a poor pass. Should have waited.
And that's where you start to ask questions of David. He clearly needs a bit more time to bed into the team. He's definitely a player with pace, and can be a bit more creative than he has been. Just needs a bit of time to bed into the team. Mason Mount may have managed to find a little bit of a better pass there. I know I am, I'm sure I am. I'm ice cream till I die. Ice cream till I die. Oh, here he is.
Oh, there we go. Vintage football.
Lolo, he's Castolo. He's Castolo. He's Castolo. Lo, lo, lo. He's Castolo. He's Castolo. He's Castolo. Lo. Everyone's saying, get up. He's your captain. He's just opened the scoring. Celebrate with him. God. Castolo taking the time, letting the keeper commit, and then just doing something we don't see from him too often. Dink. Look at that.
Can we just talk about that pass into Castolo's feet?
Chaloff is been phenomenal with his link-up play. Look at this. Inch perfect. Dink. Yes, please. Great. Dutch says, at least this team is making you work for it. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
it just shows the calibre of what the... for instance, this gameplay patch can do. Obviously, Bournemouth are an absolute toilet team on this, but Milan are offering... They're constantly coming at you. They're trying to find different ways to try and breach, whereas Bournemouth just rolled over.
Nice.
Oh, hello.
Oh, go on, McNeil. Oh, I just needed one more touch on it. Spicier half towards the end, thanks to Castolo livening things up. Chaloff absolutely feeding him through wonderfully. Safanov, as you'd expect, a leader from the back, telling the players how to sure things up. I don't think the defence is too much to worry about. Matthias Nani has played exceptionally well. There he is, speaking to Safanov. Still does worry me a little, though, Matthias Nani. He pushes out a lot. He does leave a lot of space, which adds to the build-up play. And when he's playing passes out to McNeil on the wing, that's quite nice. But when he's playing the passes out of possession, that's where a good team can strike against you. And we have to be wary of AC in the second half because they do have attacking talent. They don't necessarily have depth on the bench from midfield, so not surprising to see them playing long ball play because their defence is their first point of attack, really. Oh. Speaking about midfield talent, here is some. Oh, lovely. Oh, I fell onto his left foot. Phil Foden's eyes lit up. Just a little bit out of position after his first touch. Look at the strangulation there from both centre-backs playing in that defensive midfield position. Nice body feint from Phil Foden then. Has Castolo in the box. Castolo does Castolo things. Ref!
Ooh.
Ref!
There's definitely a whiff of a free kick there. There's a wobble.
Oh, look at that. Matthias Nani stands him up, just gives Sarr the time to track back. And a nice recovery there from David after a questionable touch. Foden to Castolo.
Oh! Speaking of questionable touches.
He is 95. He's lost 2 years after the last game, so... Oh. Sees the passing lane. Goes with the runner. And Sarr just mops it. Sarr
He's
and...
a tank, innit?
Yeah. Oof. A little bit of a bad ball from Lolo. Does find its way back to David, though. Oh!
Ref!
Oh, ref! We needed a free kick for that, surely. Absolute. He's blind. You're blind, ref.
I'm blind.
That's what I was going for. Oh. He got fouled, stood up, and then played the ball after he got back up. There was no... Oh, Nani fell over. Matthias Nani going as the central midfielder defender. Oh, what a finish as well, though.
I thought he'd return the favour.
I was actually trying to play that to David, but when it went through then, I thought, oh my god, I didn't even mean that, and it was wonderful. I do think we were blessed to see the teams of the past, like the old AC Milan, where, as you said, they had top players. So many great players I've seen playing growing up. I'm 32 now. Sad times when a lot of them are now retiring, or already retired. One player I did love to watch was Ronaldinho. Yeah, I mean, I really, really liked what Kaká brought to the game. Kaká and Shevchenko were phenomenal for me. I think they're often overlooked. I mean, Ronaldinho was class. Not so much in his AC Milan years, but his Barca years. Incredible player. Absolutely incredible. But yeah, I mean, Milan had pretty much everything. The likes of the Maldinis, Cafu, even Kaka Kaladze was fucking phenomenal in certain games. Pipo Inzaghi's, Alberto Gilardino. That team just...
Gattuso.
Yeah, Gennaro Gattuso, Gigi Buffon. Like, all over the park. Game winners. It's a shame to see them being run so badly. Like, if they're compared to what they were, they're a laughing stock. I mean, United are not the team they were, and we are run pretty badly. Our strategy doesn't even seem like a strategy. It just seems like, let's just fuck it, panic, let's buy someone. Like a band-aid strategy. But as bad as it is, it's nowhere near that bad. So that's... Oh, what a tackle.
Ooh.
Oh, Mount slapped him in the face, but it's fine.
It's kicking right off.
Lovely. Oh, here we are. Gifts. Oh.
Oh, the slip finish. Standard Mason Mount.
What a finish. As Chaloff just tries to take out the keeper. I mean, Chaloff again with another assist. Improvised from Mason Mount. That's got to have sent the keeper the wrong way. Everyone's thinking it's going to cross goal. Let it go across your body and hit it left foot, sliding it. I mean, improvised. Not what you'd expect, but do you know what? Got the back of the net. Who cares? Nice. Oh, I mean, don't know what he's swinging for then. Like he's got possession of it, but I was just about to say nice build-up. I mean, Malang Sarr covered the inside, the guy on the inside. Oh. Oh, nice Kubo. Oh, there he is. Sarr holding the position, knowing the ball's going to come to him.
Chalov needs a sub soon.
Oh! Just a bit flimsy on the shot. Good touch to get it in.
He's so strong at keeping the ball, Chalov.
Absolute venom on that shot. I've just heard an alert. I will check that one out in a second. As... Oh, Sarr again.
Oh.
Oh! No! Chaloff, if you just think he'd have had just a little bit more stamina, he might have had a bit more speed or a bit more strength to put something away there. But look at this. That defence and partnership between Sarr and Nani. These last two games has been phenomenal. I mean, how long has it been since we've been able to say that about our defenders?
Yeah. I think we have to give Chalov a rest in the next game.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
He's played 90 minutes and he looks absolutely bollocks.
Oh, lovely. There we go.
That's a great win. That is a fantastic win.
Nerd Pathologeek, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome into the stream. How are you doing? How's your day going? Castolo, shirt off, guns out. He loves it. Might be 97, but he's still ripped like a beast. Zidane, Henry for Arsenal, Vieira, Cafu was class. I remember going to watch Arsenal vs United at Highbury. My mate is a Gunners fan, and what a game they were when you had the likes of Keane going out against every Arsenal player. Keane versus Vieira, Keane versus Keown. Oh yes, I mean, nobody really likes Keown, but still, the Vieira one. We'll go for that one.
Glory days. Castolo, man of the match. There's absolutely no signs that this guy's slowing down anytime soon.
Do you want to take us through the results from around the grounds then, babe?
Yep, 1 second. I need to go let the cat in.
A couple of seasons ago, I think it was like 2015, or maybe 2014. I think 2014 was the season that we had Bayern versus Dortmund as Champions League final, and I was in, like, I don't know what you call it, like a suite, a function suite. We had a function suite booked out in London because we did the equivalent of the PES World Finals, but it wasn't. It was the UEFA Champions Festival, and we had like an evening with Martin Keown to watch the Champions League final. So Martin Keown and one of the presenters from Sky Sports were like in the room doing the halftime commentary and things like that, but live in the room. And Martin Keown absolutely believes his own hype. That game where he's like all over Ruud van Nistelrooy and screaming at him and stuff.
Yeah.
Thinking in his own mind, you could tell the way that he was talking about it. He thought that was like the Vieira-Keane rivalry. He's thinking it was big tings, and it's just like some Arsenal fans are like, yeah, that was pretty cool. United fans are like, yeah, he's a dick. Whereas United fans around Vieira is like, yeah, no, that was a proper battle. That was a proper battle, Vieira. Yeah. So yeah, Martin Keown thinks he was on that sort of level, but he never was. He never was, and he never will be. He never will be. Well, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, exactly. That was spicy. I mean, it was good. It was good to watch. I mean, you don't see that sort of spark, that level. I mean, are there any traditional hard bastards like hardmen of football? I mean, not including Zaffa Cakes, because he's clearly a hardman of football. But apart from Zaffa Cakes, are there any hard men still in football in that sort of sense? You've got, like, they're all flary or quiet, and I can't think of any, like, defensive.
Ben Pearson for Preston.
Oh, yeah. Good point. Yeah, struggling. Anyway,
I can't think of any nasty bastards.
We'll jump on that conversation in a few, but the results from around the grounds then, babe.
So at the game that you're seeing here live on BT Sport, Ice Cream Uploads win 2-0 against Milan at home. PSV beat Real Madrid 2-0. Celtic draw 2-2 with Galatasaray. Bayern Munich beat Shakhtar 4-2. Man City beat Benfica 2-0. Olympic Lyon beat Dynamo Zagreb 3-0.
Who beat
PSG
Zagreb?
Atletico 0-0.
Who beat Zagreb? Who beat Zagreb?
Olympic Lyon. PSG draw 0-0 with Atletico. Barca beat Inter 1-0. Leicester beat Genk 1-0. Ajax beat Zenit 4-0. United get beat 3-1 by Juventus. And Sporting draw 1-1 with Basel.
What was the other result in our group? I didn't actually look at that one.
Yes, it was Porto 0, Young Boys 0. So we are in a very good position now.
A nice little bit of space at the top of our group, which we should get confirmation on now. And there we go. 2-point cushion at the top of the league. Milan sitting in last place. Obviously, we beat Young Boys in the first game. They drew with Porto in the second game. Milan lost to Porto and then lost to the mighty giants that are Ice Cream Uploads. So played 2, won 2, lost none, scored 6, conceded 2, goal difference of 4. Nice, healthy start to the Champions League campaign. Absolutely, we'll take that all day. Most memorable thing Keon did in the rival was whack Van Nistelrooy in the back of the head after he missed a pen. That was it. That was what he was talking about. The bit where he's kind of like, what does it? I can't remember it. I just remember his like doofus face. Like I think Van Nistelrooy. I can't remember it exactly. This is the thing. Like you don't really remember it because it was just like it was one of those things that's just not quite at that level. It's memorable enough to kind of remember, but not memorable enough to remember exactly. Whereas Martin Keown's like, yeah. And it's like, no. It was, I think Van Nistelrooy had kind of like taken the piss or something before it, or they'd said something or whatever. I can't remember what it was. Got the penalty and missed it, and then Keown was like a melt to Van Nistelrooy, and it was just like, it wasn't that big a deal. I remember going in the tunnel at Highbury as we went out on a tour of the ground, and I always remember when them pair in the tunnel and Keane is shouting, "I'll see you on the pitch." Oh, that we watched that video last week, didn't we? So you found a link to it. Yeah. Fucking amazing.
So good.
Big Soups Gaming says probably if you're in South America still. Yeah, the good point. South American football is quite spicy like that. And South American football tends to have a lot, not a lot, but it tends to have, it kind of be a breeding ground of that like not anchorman, but what do they call it on this? The defensive midfielder. What's the other trait?
Destroyer.
Destroyer. Yeah, that's it. South America tends to have the destroyer DMF role, kind of like on point. So yeah, you're probably right there.
You're born with it.
Yeah, exactly. So what's happening in our inbox then, babe? We had a few messages from people and things. What's happening?
Yeah. So a few people around the club have sent us some emails over the last couple of days. Alphonso Davies has now recovered, so he can slide back in at left back should we need him to. Good performances, don't really need to know that. Castolo and Chalov get into the best 11 of the month. Fantastic. I mean, that is the centre forward pairing that we was looking for at the beginning of the stream, and it's working out well for us. So the team selection is going really well at the moment. Matthias Nani's role change. He is going to be a leader. Interesting. I mean, he's alongside probably I would say the leader of that back line. So yeah, that's a nice little thing to have. Mikolenko has gone up 1 rating. Nathaniel Klein and Fabio, obviously.
And Zefwick will get his track back skill as well.
Yeah, that's fantastic news. And then the schedule for October, a few earnings and budget stuff that we don't need to know until January. But yeah, everything's starting to look really well, starting to shape up well. If we can get 3 points here, I tell you what, that's a hell of a stream.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, good news to see Alphonso Davies back in the team. Do you know what? I mean, they're out on the training pitch behind us. Should we nip down there? Yeah, we'll do that. We'll nip down to the training pitch, eh? Nice. Let me grab my coat. Let's grab my coat. Actually, I don't even need my coat because I'm not allowed down there. I have to go down by TV. Oh, Jim's out on his lawnmower. He's out again.
Yeah. Hey, Jim.
Not seen Jim for a few weeks, actually. We've not really been down on the training pitch. Anyway, the players are out over there. It's nice to have Alphonso Davies back out there. Hopefully it doesn't have too big an impact on Mikolenko. He's been really good for us the 2 games that he's played. Obviously, the game against Bournemouth, he was more influential. AC Milan sat back a little deeper, which didn't allow him the ability to push forward as much. Jim, watch out for that. Jim, it's just driven over a cone. It's all right. Just your drills are 1 cone shorter now. It's fine. Jim, don't get any more. Okay. So hopefully it doesn't impact on Alphonso Davies. Not Alphonso Davies. Hopefully Alphonso Davies come back doesn't impact on Mikolenko in terms of demoralising him. Hope he just spurs him on to push forward and try pressure him for that game. He's improved. He's up to 83 overall, which I believe is kind of the same, if not equal to him, which is nice to see. So we do have options. Steel Bonsai says Jim should have gone to Specsavers. He's coming back again. He's coming back.
He's reckless.
Honestly. Okay, he's coming this way. Let's nip out further onto the pitch then. So who are we thinking then? We know that Costolo and Chalov have both been named in the team of the month. Are we sticking with that, or are we going to mix things up? What are we thinking?
Well, ideally, I don't think we've got a choice. Ideally, I did want to bring Chalov off for a rest. His form's been too good, but I mean, he's on down form. More importantly, though, it looks like Sarr is on down form as well. So we're going to have to make a big change there at centre-back. We can't be having players going in at down form against Chelsea, unfortunately.
Okay.
So Chalov's going to come out.
I'll just shout it over.
Fyodor?
Yeah, you look absolutely blotted, mate. Just have a nap. Go sit down next to that cone. Not that cone, because Jim might get you. Just chill out. We're gonna bring Alexander back in for this one. Have yourself a little bit of a rest. Sarr clearly heard you. He's already off. Grab himself. He's got chalk ice. Nice one. Enjoy. Are we gonna start over him then?
We've gone with Isak, who's in fine form. Look at that. He's in blue form. He's ready to go as well. So is McNeil. We're also going to bring in Mason Mount for Jonathan David. He's a big game player, Mount, so we hope that he will mount some serious pressure in this AMF role.
What are we saying regarding the left-back position then? Is Mikolenko staying in the team? Does Alphonso Davies get back starting lineup?
That's something that I think we should let the backroom staff help us out with.
That's a good point. Okay, this is a chance for you guys to impact on the club. Obviously, you guys are our backroom staff. We tell you that all the time. So we're going to start asking you guys a question. Starting LB this Chelsea? Question mark. Davis or Mikolenko? So the poll has started. That will last for 60 seconds. It's in the Twitch chat, so if you are watching on Twitch, you can vote on mobile as well as in browser. But Alphonso Davies is our first choice left back. He has been injured. Mikolenko has played pretty well. He doesn't have full stamina though. That's one thing to mention. Mikolenko is about 90% stamina-wise. Alphonso Davies looks like he's going to be in better form. He looks well-rested. So do we stick with Mikolenko, who's played very well? Do we jump back to Alphonso Davies, our first choice left-back? What do you guys think? Let us know. You have about 25 seconds left to vote, and the vote is split at this point in time. So one vote would be the casting deciding vote. And at present, with about 15 seconds left, it swings 67% in favour of Mikolenko. Alphonso Davies does have a little bit of backroom staff, but Mikolenko's good run has seen him keeping the chat. And it's split again as we finish things up, and that is how it splits 50-50. Backroom staff undecided. 50% of the votes for Davies, 50% for Mikolenko. What are your thoughts, Bib?
I think probably having a more established left back in at this point in Alphonso Davies may be the shout.
Do you know what? I actually echo that. I mean, it was nice to see the support from the backroom staff, but because Alphonso Davies is in better form and has more stamina, I'd be more inclined to do that. I mean, it would be nice if we can get Mikolenko onto the bench, maybe. Yeah. Keep him in the team, so that way we do have an opportunity to bring him on should we need him. Nice to see that split across our backroom staff, though. 50% of the votes in favour of Alphonso Davies, 50% in favour of Mikolenko, which means that, I mean, if everyone plumps on one player, then you've got a huge imbalance in your team, which is what we would have had last year. Everyone, if we'd have asked for the vote between Davis and Ruskin, everyone would have picked Davis. So that split, it's nice to see. It's nice to see. So there we go. The squad has pretty much been decided. The fullbacks, Davis and Zefwick. Sarr is dropped out of defence as Matthias Nani now plays alongside Rasmussen. And the midfield, as you'd kind of expect, with one change, Kubo drops out in place of Matondo. And Alexander Isak does get a start. Erling Haaland in the team on the bench once again, and Mount does start as well. So hopefully that will be a little bit of attacking impetus, and hopefully we can give him an opportunity to add a little bit to his narrative. Obviously, Mount was signed from Chelsea. Let's hope he can come back to haunt them. We are gonna get off this. We're on the training pitch, obviously. That's where we've been. So we're going to jump back inside. I believe there's a pre-match press conference going. So we'll jump in. We'll have a few questions in there as the players get set to head out onto the pitch. Ooh. But I'm absolutely not trying to find the scene. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Pre-match press conference. Thank you all for coming. It's been a big week for ice cream. This time last week, things were looking a bit dodgy.
Bit ropey.
Yeah, exactly. 2 wins out of 4 in the league. We've won one since then, and what a win it was. 7-0 against Bournemouth. We don't have games like that often, but we will absolutely take them when they do. When they arrive, should I say. A win midweek against AC Milan in the Champions League, huge performance. So you never want to play against Chelsea. You never want to play against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. But that's what we've got to do now. And do you know, I think with the performances that we've had, I think we can rely on the players that we've got in this team to go out and perform for us. We've beaten Chelsea before. We've had some difficult games against Chelsea in the past, but just looking at Mason Mount's face before we stepped out off the training pitch, he definitely had. There was a little bit of a look in his eye. I feel like he's gonna perform big for us today. He's got a little bit of something. Hopefully, he wants to perform against his old team, and hopefully, it doesn't just weigh a little bit heavy on him. But he's one to watch, definitely. Anything you want to add before we jump out onto the pitch, babe?
Not really. No. I mean, I was watching Safanov come out the corner there with a little bit of swagger on him. So yeah, I think he's bang up for it. It's going to be a very interesting game here. I don't know how we're going to play this. I don't know how it's going to turn out. I just hope that we can get something from it.
Let's have a look at the teams then. Obviously, you might just miss the Chelsea. There we go. Pulisic, Abraham, Zaniolo, Piatov. Pietov's in net for Chelsea. I mean, what the hell?
They just pulled him from the stands or what?
So hoping for some big performances here. Chelsea do have some quality players in their lineup, but that guy that you can see there, Matthias Nani, hopefully he can neutralise the threat of Tammy Abraham. Could be a big game for us. This could be 4-6, or it could be back on 50-50. Hopefully it's the former, not the latter. Final game of the stream. Can Ice Cream Uploads bag 3 points and take a step closer towards the summit of the Premier League? We'll find out in the next 90 minutes. Big switch there from Chelsea. Is that Reece James? Some strong hold-up play there. Keeps off his former teammate Mason Mount. And Foden just getting onto the end of McNeil's ball then. Ooh!
Oh, what a save!
What a shot! Absolute pile driver of a shot, that. I mean, Chelsea have decided, for no apparent reason, to wear their names on the bottom of their shirts like a South American football team, and that is absolutely a decision that Chelsea have made and nothing to do with our mods confusing it a little bit in the game. That's just what Chelsea have decided to do. As Phil Foden, the little man, manages to get his head onto it, backed up by Mason Mount, and Chelsea...
Oh! They've come out all guns blazing, haven't they?
I mean, Pajaka? Look at Pulisic's eyebrow. He's gone full on Carlo Ancelotti there.
The people's eyebrow.
Well nodded back in, and he just turns unchallenged and just drills it. Big Soups Gaming says, Castolo is a legend. Must be about 50 by now, though. Sure, I had him in my team in Win 11. He's 34, I think, in this save. So he's definitely getting on there. He's decreasing in stats every year, although his performances don't mirror that. But if ever you need a performance from Castolo, it's now 1-0 down inside 6 minutes at Stamford Bridge. Oh, what the hell was that meant to be? Oh my God. 2 passes and neither of them where I wanted them to go. Luckily, we still remain in possession, but... Oh, what a ball. And it's you. Castolo! My God.
That's why you keep him in the team.
That is
what
ridiculous. It's majestic to see him doing that over and over and again. Just turns, takes a touch, and just places. That's right in the top bins, that, I think. I mean, a good pass here. Into the box. Lays it off. Touch. Dink.
Yeah, I'm not being funny, but I don't think there's a keeper in the world that's saving that.
Not at all. Look at all the space he's got. Zuma a million miles away. And, I mean, the keeper could have been a million miles towards the ball. No one's saving that. Should have put a fiver on next goal scorer. Low. He's Castolo. So that...
There's only one of the players that's got a statue outside.
You're goddamn right. We'll have a look at that after this game if you want when we get back to the arena. Ah, trying a 360 no-scope pass. Nothing on there.
Yeah. Oh.
What happened there?
Rasmussen.
Was that me? Because I was trying to get hold of someone.
No, it's me. It's me just booted someone's shin pad off.
It must have been a bad foul. Replay cameras don't even want to show it. It's clearly not suitable for TV. That's what you like to see. Big tackle. Nice from Isak. I mean, they're passing. Their build-up play is lethal. Oh, nice. Mount finally being able to add something to the game. Some good play there from Ford and decent pass. Speaking of Mount.
Oh, that is devastating counter-attacking football.
What was it?
Against his old club, of course, he's celebrating.
What is it we were saying about had a little bit of a glint in his eye? Started the attack on the edge of his box and then goes all the way up the pitch and puts it in the back of the net. That's what you like to see.
Where's Jojo when you need him?
Look at him breaking busting a lung to get up there. Lovely. Nice interplay. The fact that you thought he's going to pick up that pass. A little bit of a dummy lets Castolo pick it up. Means Zuma's out of position. And then it's just... there you go. I mean, Piatov... He's I don't know where they found him, like job centre or something. I don't know, but the poor guy's just been absolutely sold. There's no way he's saving either of the opportunities.
He's got it in the Virgin Red Letter days. Become a Chelsea goalkeeper for the weekend. Ooh.
Nice interception from Nani.
With his face.
Oh, big win. Lovely Rasmussen.
Can't get hold of him out. Oh, let's give it me.
Was he off? No, he's not. Yeah, he is. Ah. Yar.
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 Both of them.
Where you going, boys?
Well, the strikers were both in line with each other. That's what you want. It's both offside, dimwits. Oh.
Yoink. Ah, stolen. Tammy Abraham, look, he's just not interested in tracking back at all either. What a ball. Foden sees the space. Oh! Who was that? Was that Matondo?
Yeah.
A little bit of
that ball from Phil Foden in the middle of the park, that was genuinely meant to go to Matondo.
I mean, he
But
got
that
it.
Works.
He got it. Just didn't get it when he expected to.
I see Sony Ericsson. I didn't even realise that they still made phones.
Why, where's this?
On the advertisement board that'll come round in a minute.
Oh. Nice.
No, that's meant to go right wide to Matondo. Bastard. Terrible ball.
Pressure's on now. Oh, but well read by Zefwick. Pressure's back off again. Sees the run of Mount. He's going to use him. He is. No, he's not. Never mind. Oh, Mount does well to get it back, though. Oh, my God. Just play it to Mount. Nuts it down. Oh, horrendous touch from Mount. Oh, just a bit heavy on that touch. Oh, unlucky from Rasmussen, though. As Matthias Nani gets caught. And
oh!
Gammy Abraham misses.
The net to Ripple there.
You'd expect more from Tammy Abraham. He has scored against us previously as well. You'd expect this to be an absolute bag. But look at that, flustered. When you've got a keeper like Matvey Safanov in front of you, it's easy to get flustered. But you just wouldn't have expected that from Tammy Abraham there. The spearhead of Chelsea's attack. And just nothing to add.
Ooh.
Well played from Isak. And then adding a little bit of flair. Absolutely sold by Matondo with that pass, though. He rifled it at him.
Oh, you're still stuck in the animation.
Getting out of the way. He was like mid-leap. Alphonso Davies hasn't really impressed with his first game back. I mean, that was just a simple ball then. I mean, even if it had not made it all the way to the man up front, you'd expect him to beat the man in front of him. But good half, that. Good half. You can see the difference in our play. I mean, Malang Sarr and Matthias Nane play very, very well. Yeah, so Malang Sarr and Matthias Nane play very, very well together. Take one of those out of the equation, our defence suddenly looks a little bit patchy. And you saw Chelsea, particularly in that first 15 minutes, obviously, especially in the first 7 minutes when they found their opener, but they kept the pressure on. Then we managed to get back into the game, but you take away one of our starting, take away one of our starting defenders, and we suddenly look much, much weaker.
Absolutely, I agree.
Oh, lovely. Oh!
Oh!
Keeper did well then.
He stayed stood up. Which is fair enough. I actually thought he'd go down a little bit sooner, but it's a great save.
I mean, there was early calls for a cross back in from McNeil, but from that angle you could see they were covered. Did the right thing having the shot. Almost got something from it. Keeps the pressure on with the corner, which he delivers himself, and Matondo.
Terrible.
Just a tad. Just use my sim team to do the online challenge that gets you a free legend just for playing. Ended up with Beckham. Time to train. My iconic moments, Beckham. Nice. I mean, I've had like 2 Iniestas now, so my iconic Iniesta is like ridiculous. Forgot about simming. I might do that while I'm ticking off some work tomorrow. Just sim a game with my like 95 squad kind of thing. I've got Puyol and Vieira. There's no way I'm allowed to lose.
True that.
Oh, Tammy Abraham! Big save from the keeper. Big Soups, thank you very much for the follow, dude. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
There's pressure's on from ICU.
I was about to scream then, but it's a shit ball anyway, so I will scream.
McNeil holds it up and a big... Oh, ref! Oh, yeah, nice. Physical strength again. I mean, that's what Matondo never gives us. So that's why Matondo doesn't play on that flank anymore. Mason, nice strength from him as well, which he doesn't usually give us. Ah, just not enough. Just about to unleash Castolo, who made the break through the middle. But Chelsea managed to get back into it. And this is where we now need to be a little bit wary. Sees the run. Arm off. Anna back on. Nice.
Oh, fuck.
I was like, on, off. I kept making the run, and then the defenders kept playing me offside, so I kept having to run back and then making a run again. Oh, decent pass. Beautiful tackle.
Still cleaning up.
Mason taking the defender out as well. Oh, sees the pass. Sees it.
Oh, what the fuck with that? The day's over, sunshine.
Big Lolo comes off as the big man.
Poor left foot, that.
2000th, I think. I'm not usually on this time of day, but enjoying the stream, lads. Yeah, we hit 2K on Friday, and then someone rudely unfollowed. We are going to do a 2K giveaway, though, today. Exclamation mark 2K will give you the note of that, so that when we hit 2K follows, we'll do a social giveaway, which we are going to launch on social media a little bit later on today. So if you're not on following Ice Cream Uploads on Twitter, then make sure you do it now, because, yeah, you...
Oh, what a finish. What a finish. That deserves a sweetie.
Yeah. You're goddamn right. Grab that iPhone. Yeah! Same happened to me with the 100th. Some people just love to see the world burn. But yeah, we're going to do a 2K giveaway. There you go. So, the giveaway is for a bundle that includes 3 games from 2K UK, because we're at 2K UK have chosen to spot our giveaway, plus a Muscle Moose prize package as well, a selection box which has a selection of drinks, some flapjacks, a few other bits as well. So all of those we will give away on social media. You can enter using player.gg, so you can enter just... Look at that, lovely. You can enter just for following on social media. You get extra entries for like following on Twitter, following on Facebook, following on Twitch. Subs get more entries. There are daily entries as well, so people can have loads of way of getting involved. So you get a benefit for being a sub. But if you're not a sub, then you can enter every day to increase your chances of winning as well. So yeah, nice. Nice. Let's go. Yeah. I think we've got the assets and everything should be ready by the time I'm off stream. So, questionable pass, but it's fine. Ah, I was trying to play that to Haaland.
Yeah, it's the one player that he didn't give me. He gave me Isak, who was predictably behind about 14 other defenders.
Oh, what the hell? Oh!
Ah. Okay. We've got a bit of a nervy finish. Loftus-Cheek. It's a good finish. Right into the bottom corner.
Absolute script goal, though. Trying to play the ball to Haaland. Nope. Zefwik comes along for the tackle. Gets in between the man and the ball. You can see it here. Zefwik. Perfect. And then leaves without the ball. Good finish, though, like you say. Just inside the post. Tammy Abraham comes off as Kalinic comes on. Big call. Taking off the spearhead of their attack. He hasn't scored for them yet, though. So maybe the right decision. Maybe one we need to be worried about. Or are they just... Is it damage limitation? Surely if it is, that's exactly what you don't want to see from your manager. You get within one goal and you look to minimise damage. Oh. I mean, I played that at first to Foden on the edge of the box. He played that, should I say, not me, because it's not a football game. But first touch is to play it to Foden. Dink. Just then realises, oh, never mind.
Moved into space, nice work. Oh, that's wide.
Oh,
terrible ball.
Yeah. Talking about terrible balls. Matondo, use that pace now. It's the one thing you've got. Boom! Oh.
That is a...
There we go.
Oh, thank God for... Oh, he's off. I think, is it?
Yeah.
No, he's give it.
What's he has as well? What? I mean, Matondo used his pace. Dink. Oh, we'll take that.
He's not going to have an easier finish than that.
Was it Kolarov playing him on? I didn't see. Oh, no, it'd have been whoever number 29, the defender, was. He's played him on, chasing play. We'll take that. We'll take that. That's it. A nice cushion. Surely that's it. 10 minutes left. 2 goals to the good. And Erling Haaland with a brace off the bench. That'll be huge to him. Obviously, playing third choice striker for no fault of his own, purely for the calibre of the players in his team. Interesting pass from Matondo, but it's... What the hell?
Yeah.
Oh my God. This is absolutely scripty goal. Scripty goal. Thank feck for that. 3 passes that were just all dog shit. And then dropped off the ball. And then suddenly they're through on goal. I was going to play it in the middle, but it was shattered. He's shattered as well. Oh my God! Oh!
Oh! We somehow managed to dig out a shot. Disclaimer, I tried doing another fake shot, but it wouldn't let me.
Big win. Big win, Rasmussen.
Oof. I was going to go out wide then, but Neil looked absolutely bollocks. Oh! There was no backlift on that whatsoever then. He couldn't have been that far away. Through his legs as well.
Piatov just collapsing on the floor like a sack of spuds. How he's got a job at a Premiership football team. I mean, to be fair, the first 2 weren't anything on him, but he's just not sharp at all. Chelsea, do they have one last hurrah? They have bodies running.
Oh, I dropped a shoulder. He done me that.
Big cover. Nice, that's it. Woo! Or not.
Whoa. That'll do.
3 out of 3. 3 out of 3. Erling Haaland comes off the bench to be man of the match.
Right back in it. Well done, boys.
I mean, you got to feel a little bit for Chelsea there. Questionable decisions from their management team. Taking Tammy Abraham off. That said, poor decision making. Tammy Abraham has opportunities himself. Zaniolo with a big opportunity. Look at this. What a save. That is phenomenal. Shoddy defending here. Just no one on him. He gets the ball down, turns, and then takes a shot in the box. I mean, I'm looking for Rasmussen's out of position. Maybe a little bit on him, but then again, just no one's on him. Who's on the floor?
Davis had just left the line where the ball ends up dropping. Because it come back out from the corner, and yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah,
it's unfortunate.
You got to think, if Alfonso had just held his position there, then maybe we could have seen that one off. But you know what? It is what it is. A fairly even game. 51% possession to Chelsea. 107 attempted passes for Chelsea, which is exactly the same as us. We only made 91, whereas they made 97. But the key thing that counts is we found the back of the net 4 times. Chelsea only did it twice. They may have started strong, but we finished stronger. They did have more opportunities. It could have easily been a 4-4, if I'm being honest. But when you've got 13 shots to 7, then only one team is going to win in that sort of sense. It doesn't matter how much possession you have as long as you're clinical with it, and our guys have been that. We are in a very good position. Your guys in the backroom staff, the work that our backroom staff put in last season in terms of allowing us to swap Audas for Chaloff has been huge for us. Chaloff has been firing on all cylinders. Erling Haaland, obviously we swapped, what was he called? Labato. We swapped Labato for Haaland early on, something that took a while to pay off, but Haaland is firing whenever we need him. Castolo is always firing. Mason Mount, when he's in the team, he definitely takes us up a notch. If you watched the England game last night, breaking the fourth wall, the way that Jack Grealish played in that game, that is what Mason Mount is to us. However, we only get him for 80 minutes a game, usually, before he starts to go off injured. He played a full game then, so hopefully he's not dead. We'll see. We'll see. But anything you want to add on that game?
Yeah, I mean, it showed a bit of character, going 1-0 down and then being able to try and bring it back, and then eventually going on to win the game. There's been instances in the games that we've lost this year where we've lacked that cutting edge, where we'd go a goal behind and we didn't have the fight back. Obviously, that's changed, and we managed to get goals to bring us the win. So, yeah, I'm extremely happy with that.
I agree. Okay, let's see how happy we remain. Do you want to take us through the results from around the grounds? The key thing in mind, I'm thinking, is United top of the table. Hopefully things don't go their way. Go take us through the results, babe.
All right, well, we'll start with the result that you've just seen here live on Sky Sports. Ice Cream Uploads go to Stamford Bridge and win 4-2. Brighton and Hove Albion win at Bournemouth 3-1. Liverpool go to Arsenal at the Emirates and win 2-0. Southampton draw 1-0 with Everton. Aston Villa go to Old Trafford and turn them over by 4-0.
Damn.
Massive result over there. Manchester City at home draw to Wolves. That's another massive result. Tottenham go to Stoke and win 4-1. West Ham go to Watford, win 2-0. Newcastle go to Nottingham Forest and win 4-2. And Crystal Palace at home to Leicester, draw 0-0.
City dropping 2 points, Leicester dropping 2 points, United dropping all 3 points. This could be big for us. This could be big. Let's see how that stands. And Liverpool, with that victory, sees them usurpers at the top of the table. Obviously, we've lost 2. They've only lost 1. Our goal difference, though, is superior. So that could be a point effectively on the board as the season progresses. But second place, up from where we were like 10th.
Yeah.
2 wins.
I think we actually started the stream in 11th.
Nice. Things you love to see. 2 wins in the league in this episode sees us jump up 9 places and just within 3 points of the summit of the Premier League, which is exactly where Ice Cream Uploads should be. But we've seen this story before. Liverpool first, Ice Cream Uploads second. I mean, if you compare the last 2 seasons, that panned out a very different way. Last season, we just ran away with it. It was given to us, easily given to us. The season before, it was up and down. Ice Cream and Liverpool and Ice Cream. Up until the final game of the season, where Liverpool were at top of the season until we managed to take all 3 points and they dropped them and we won the season. So which one is it going to be? Is it going to be a tight 2-horse race at the top? Is it going to be a 1-horse race? Or is it going to be a bit more competitive? The only way you can find out is to continue watching the adventures of Ice Cream Uploads FC here on twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads. And that's where we're going to wrap things up for today. So obviously this is only the first episode of the week. We do the Ice Cream Masters of the League streams every Monday, Wednesday and Friday after the scoop around 12 lunchtime. So if you want to see the next episode, it'll be live on Wednesday and then on Friday again. We will have content on Thursday, depending on what happens with the console situation. That might be PUBG. It might be some PS5 unboxings. We will see. Depends on what time they arrive. So we do have 3 more streams at least for you. Well, 3 more days of streams at least. No, do you know what? Actually, I've butchered that many times. We have 4 more days of streams, 3 more days of dual streams. Only 1 stream tomorrow, and that's the scoop. We'll have the scoop every day of the week, but obviously gameplay on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, unless we do anything ad hoc. But do you know what? We are going to wrap things up. What I'm going to do, though, is... Oh, actually, let's see. The board are chatting to the chairman. What they're saying. We've got a tough schedule on the horizon, so I think we should give Kubo some playing time and give some of the other boys a rest. He needs the match experience anyway. You may be right. Our younger players will benefit from the opportunity. So the board want us to play Kubo. We do have a little bit of an intro video. You can see we do kick off our FA Cup campaign in this game. And this is the intro video. Obviously, the theme tune is playing. This is the FA Cup, the biggest cup. There's the old Walcott and Chamberlain, the FA Cup.
I have absolutely no idea how old that was, but I've just seen the old City badge in that in that montage there. Again, I don't know how old that is, but it's at least 8 years old.
That's fine. It's fine. Hair Crocodile says my ears. I don't know, but I absolutely nailed that, Crocodile. So yeah, there. Yeah, we are going to wrap things up. Obviously, we do kick the next stream off with some FA Cup action against the mighty Sheffield Wednesday. So if Chappers is around, he'll obviously want to keep an eye on that. We also have a Champions League tie against Porto, and we wrap things off with a game against United, who've just been trashed in their last game. So it's a great time to play against them. Their last game in the league is a drubbing. Hopefully the next game in the league will be too. So it's all fronts, FA Cup, Champions League and Premier League in the next episode. Anyway, as mentioned, I'm going to grab the keys, get us in the uploader, get us back to the ICU Manor House so we can get our heads down and figure out how to solve the problem that is Sheffield Wednesday away in the FA Cup. Whilst I'm doing that, babe, do you want to talk us through anything in particular?
Yeah, well, obviously the next stream will include 3 separate competitions, so that is definitely something that you aren't going to want to miss. But again, thank you very much for all the backroom staff that have been in with us today, that have helped us make some tough decisions and also cheer us on the sidelines when we're potentially facing a small defeat. But yeah, we hope to see you all again on Wednesday as we look to kick off the stream with an away tie at Sheffield United. Sheffield Wednesday, Jesus, don't say that. All the Sheffield Ultras coming for me.
I mean, you get Chappers coming for you with a shiv. There's only one team in Sheffield as far as him, and he don't even like us saying Sheffield when you say United. So just yeah. Anyway, we're parked up on the drive. Let's nip inside. I'll see you in the kitchen. Nice. He says that. If I can't find my keys, where's my keys? I've got them. There we go. Let's inside. Yeah. Nice. This is it. Grab yourself a seat at the table. As mentioned, always grab yourself some snacks. There's plenty to choose from. All of the cold cans in the fridge. Watch out for the cold can of apple. Steel Bonsai's got his eyes on that. I've seen him. But yeah, we are going to get our heads down, as mentioned. We're going to nip through the back, have a little bit of a conversation, figure out how we can sort out the Sheffield Wednesday game. And then, I mean, as if that's it, we travel to Portugal in the second game of Wednesday's stream. Ice Cream Uploads against Porto. Big things. And if that isn't the biggest thing in the world, we then also welcome United to the ICU Arena. So a lot happening on Wednesday. Feel free to join us there. You are a backroom staff. We need your input. We need your impressions. And obviously, we'd love to have you in the stream. But for now, we are going to disappear. Have yourselves a fantastic day. We'll see you back here at 10 a.m.-ish in the morning for the scoop. If you are watching on YouTube, please let us know how you're liking these episodes. Obviously, feel free to drop your comments down below. You guys can also get involved. It's just not live on the stream. We respond to every comment that we get on YouTube. So feel free to get involved. Until then, have yourselves a fantastic day. And Bibi has a message for you.
Stay frosty.